News for Jackson investigates the victims of a crackdown. Florida's crackdown on pill mills in 2011 has made a dent in prescription painkiller abuse, but the pill mill bill is also having some unintended consequences.
Channel 4's Stacey Spanos joining us now to tell us how many people with legitimate pain are having a tough time getting their medications. Stacey.
Joy and Kent, when I asked people that very question on my Facebook page recently, look at the responses I got. 69 people weighed in. A lot of them are having to wait weeks or drive all over town to get their prescriptions filled. Not only is it making the patients mad, it is also frustrating the doctors and the pharmacists who feel as if they've been turned into law enforcement agents.
Do you want to hold on to Mara?
I'm good once I get going.
It's hard enough for Jeannie to stand. Walking a short distance down a hallway, a painful proposition. 9 years ago, this Jacksonville resident was in a terrible car crash that left her with a shattered disc.
Jeannie, how has your life been since that accident?
Miserable, absolutely miserable.
The woman who used to ride horses and ski black diamond trails now mostly stays in her home and only gets relief from her terrible pain.
One is for the nausea.
Through prescription medications, a lot of them.
There's times where I'm literally screaming in pain.
As a result of changes to federal and state laws, in order to get her medications, Jeannie now has to metaphorically jump through hoops. To get her prescription refilled, she is required to see her doctor every 30 days. Before, it was every 90 days. She also has to submit to testing that's raised the ire of privacy advocates. She's tested to not only make sure she's taking the correct dosage prescribed, she also has to be tested for
marijuana, methamphetamine, the other stuff that we sometimes see that goes with use of drugs of abuse.
Chris Roberts is an interventional pain doctor who treats Jeannie. He understands why the laws became more strict, but says it's disconcerting now to see doctors, in essence, become an extension of the law.
I wasn't expecting to be deputized, if you will, by the state to investigate people's behaviors. I was always taught to respect the patient, respect their history, and be aware that we can have problems, but not actively make it the focus of what I do in medicine now.
But the problem's getting legitimate pain medication, or cough medicine with codeine, or even ADHD medication don't stop with a doctor's office. Many people are finding the biggest barrier at their local pharmacy.
And one day I went to 4 pharmacists. I left the last one crying. I'm like, I can't do this.
Sharon has been on the narcotic Lortab for years after breaking her neck in 1981. Just last year, when the feds tightened control of the drug, she had a much tougher time getting it. One time, she went without it for 2 weeks, in pain, getting withdrawal symptoms, going from pharmacy to pharmacy.
They make you feel just dirty. They make you feel like you're a drug addict, like you're pill shopping. It's awful.
I think that's fear of the DEA, F-E-A-R.
Pharmacist Gilbert Wise believes the Drug Enforcement Agency has scared doctors, drug suppliers, and pharmacies by leveling multi-million-dollar fines. CVS paid a $22 million fine for filling pain med prescriptions in excess of the average pharmacy, and Walgreens paid $80 million for its alleged negligence in allowing prescription painkillers to hit the black market. As a result, instead of giving pharmacies the narcotics they need to serve all their customers, drug suppliers are holding back so they don't raise red flags with the DEA. Out of a pharmacy's total order for the month, Wise believes only about 25% of it can be narcotics.
It's a fear that we have that if we go over that percentage, that it might cause repercussions for us, punishment from the DEA or fines that we might have to pay, or a full-scale DEA drug raid or investigation of our pharmacy, even if we're filling for 100% valid patients.
Both Jeannie and Sharon are on board with cutting out prescription pill abuse and deaths, but say the system has got to change for people like them.
They're trying to get the drugs off the street. That's wonderful. But don't harm the people that need them.
So what does the DEA say about all this? Well, I talked with spokeswoman Mia Rowe today, and she said, quote, I understand the DEA has been a convenient excuse for pharmacists to not fill prescriptions, but we do not set a quota for what wholesalers or pharmacists can purchase or distribute. In fact, the DEA will be speaking in front of the Florida Board of Pharmacy meeting next month to let them know if they have to order more narcotics because perhaps they have more cancer patients coming to that pharmacy one particular month. They will work with them. They want to just dispel the myth that the DEA is controlling all this.
So, Stacey, has the state's pill mill bill, has it worked in at least cutting down the deaths from the illegal use of prescription pain pills?
Yes, in that respect it has. Attorney General Pam Bondi says that before the law went into effect, 7 people a day died in the state from black market prescription drugs. Now those deaths have dropped nearly 30%.
I certainly believe the lawmakers wanted to do something right here, but didn't see that unintended consequence.
Absolutely.
Stacey, appreciate your report.